On the 24th of June, a Google alert appeared on this guy's phone, warning of an earthquake just moments before it hit. This was the devastating earthquakes that struck Venezuela, claiming over 1,700 lives and injuring over 10,000 people. The phone screamed a loud, urgent alarm that you may never have heard before. Seconds later, the road starts moving and the buildings start swaying. Here's the thing, the phone didn't predict anything. But what it did do is genuinely remarkable, and the technology behind it is sitting in your pocket right now. Let's show you how it works. Two enormous earthquakes hit Venezuela within about 40 seconds of each other. A magnitude 7.2, then a 7.5. The second was one of the strongest quakes the country had seen in over a century. These two quakes were what seismologists call a doublet. Both come from the same restless system of faults that run along the Venezuela coast. The damage was brutal. More than 100 buildings collapsed in the port city of La Guaira. The country's main international airport was knocked out of action, and tsunami alerts went out as far as Puerto Rico. Because the two shocks overlapped, Google's system actually read them as one massive event. Here's the thing though, Venezuela sits on a major fault line, but it has no national earthquake warning system, no network of government sensors in the ground, and yet seconds before the shaking arrived, 11.4 million phones lit up with a warning. Some people got as much as 40 seconds heads up. The warning itself came from Google. It came from ordinary Android phones, millions of them quietly working together. So what is this technology that's able to sense earthquakes coming? Inside every smartphone is a tiny chip called an accelerometer. It's the thing that knows when you've turned your phone sideways so it can flip the screen, and it counts your steps. Basically just everyday stuff. The technology at the core of this is a MEMS sensor, short for microelectromechanical, which is etched into a sliver of silicon just a few millimeters wide. Inside sits a microscopic weight held by a spring so tiny they're carved from the silicon itself. When your phone moves, that weight shifts by a fraction of a hair's width, and the chip turns that motion into an electrical signal. Now that same chip is sensitive enough to feel the faint vibrations of an earthquake passing underground. Google realized that they could tap into billions of those active Android devices worldwide. So instead of building a multi-billion-dollar network of physical sensors in the ground, they turned the phone already sitting in your pocket into a seismic station. To see why this works, you need to know one fact about earthquakes. They send out two kinds of waves at different speeds. The first is the primary wave, which travels quickly at around 4 miles per second but is fairly gentle. Behind it comes the secondary wave, which travels about half the speed of the first, but is the one that does the real damage. This creates the critical time gap between the arrival of the gentle wave and the destructive one, sometimes a few seconds, sometimes longer. When a still phone near the epicenter feels the first wave, it sends a quick, anonymous signal to Google with a rough location. The phones have to be stationary, either on a tabletop or in a bag on the floor, and not in the pocket of someone walking around in order to sense an earthquake correctly. Google instantly pulls these signals, verifies the data patterns match real earthquake, and fires out digital alerts. There's a reason it waits for lots of phones before sounding the alarm. A single phone shaking could be anything. Dropped on the floor, rattling in a truck, buzzing on a tabletop during a thunderstorm. So the system holds back until many phones in the same area all feel the same jolt at the same instant. Then it pulls those readings to pin down where the earthquake is and how big it is. That cross-checking is what lets it tell a real earthquake apart from the everyday noise of 2 billion phones just being lived with. Now those alerts travel through the network really fast, nearly enough to outrun the physical destruction moving through the ground. All Android phones in the affected regions receive these alerts. Google's engineers say that within about 3 seconds, phones near the epicenter had picked up the first wave. 6 seconds later, the system sent its first warnings. And as the quakes grew, the alert zones grew with it, ripping outwards ahead of the danger. The further you were from the epicenter, the more time you got, which is why some people had a few seconds and others had 40 to 50 seconds. However, those closest to the epicenter often feel the shaking before any alert has arrived. Now Google just doesn't send one generic buzz. The system fires for quakes of magnitude 4.5 and up, in 3 levels. The mildest tells you to be aware, the strongest one tells you to get ready, and the most serious, take action, takes over your whole screen, blasts a loud sound even on silent, and tells you to drop cover and hold on. In Venezuela, nearly 1.4 million of those top-level alerts went out. Wealthy, quake-prone countries like Japan, Mexico, the US, and Canada have spent decades and fortunes on sensors buried in the ground. They're brilliant and they alert iPhones and Androids alike, but most of the world can't afford that. Venezuela couldn't. That's the gap that Google fills, using phones that people already have. Around 70% of the world's smartphones run Android, so the net stretches almost everywhere. A 2025 study in the Journal of Science found it can now estimate a quake's size about as accurately as traditional networks. Since it launched, the network has detected more than 18,000 earthquakes and pushes out close to 800 million alerts around the world. There's no app to download, nothing to pay. It's quietly built into Google Play services on almost every Android phone, and the readings it collects are anonymized before they even reach Google. The more phones that take part, the sharper it is. However, it's worth talking about the real limits of this system. It can't predict earthquakes, it can only catch them when they've already started. The phone has to be sitting still to feel the waves correctly, and it isn't flawless. In 2023, it badly underestimated a huge quake in Turkey. So here's the part that matters for you. If you've got an Android phone, this is almost certainly already on it. But it's worth checking. Go to Settings, then Safety and Emergency, find Earthquake Alerts, make sure the toggle is on. You'll need location and an internet connection for it to work. And the most remarkable thing here isn't the engineering, clever as it is, it's the planet-sized safety net that got built out from ubiquitous technology that already exists. Phones in people's pockets. And for the people it protects, it costs nothing at all.